So the Warriors are a 6-point favorite at Oracle in a huge Game 5 tonight against the Rockets. The home team has won all 4 games so far. James Harden has been battling eye problems, but he's still averaging about 36 points per game in the series. For Golden State, Kevin Durant is also averaging 36 per game, but Steph has been struggling, shooting just 26% from 3. So Shannon, who you got? Who wins tonight?
I'm going to take the Warriors. Skip, I believe they get Clay going because what we saw the other night is that Steph and KD had 64. I think they combined for 64, and the Rockets still were able to win. They need that missing piece. What sets this team apart is that they got a third option that can go nuclear. He can go get you 60, he can get you 50, he can get you 40. We've seen him heat up for 37 points in the quarter. So we know what he's capable of, but he's struggling. I believe part of the reasons he's struggling, Eric Gordon and James Harden are not easy covers. And he's exerting a lot of energy trying to stay in front of them, trying to fight off screens, trying to fight through picks to try to cover those guys, and it's taking some of his legs away from him. But he's going to have to get going in order for them to win. But the biggest thing is, Skip, Andre Iguodala and Klay Thompson should not be averaging more rebounds per game than Kevin Durant. They're getting crushed on the boards. He needs to be more. He's better than a 5-rebound-a-night guy, Skip. He's better than that. The Rockets are going to the glass. They're beating them up. The last 2 games, they beat them up on the offensive glass. Second chance points has been in the Rockets' favor. Kevin Durant's got to get in there. They can't just rely because Draymond is averaging 10.5 a game. But Draymond can't be their only rebounder. KD's going to have to pick that up. He needs to be around 8, 9 rebounds a game to keep the Rockets from getting so many second chance opportunities. And look, I expect him to go off again because they have no answer for him. PJ Tucker's doing all he can, but he's undersized. Now, if PJ had that mentality and was 6'9", now I'd really like to see that. But he's like 6'5", Skip. And KD is 6'11". He don't want to be called 7 foot, so we'll say he's 6'11", make him feel good. Can shoot the ball over anybody. And so I still expect another close ball game. I expect James Harden to dance and do what he does. But I believe the Warriors will win this game and go back to Houston up 3-2.
Interesting. So I said before the playoffs started that somebody would take down Golden State. I didn't know who that body would be. I give Denver a shot at being that somebody. I give Houston, obviously, a better shot at being that somebody. And if they're going to be that somebody, tonight is the best way to become that somebody. Because I believe they have a better chance of winning Game 5 than they would of winning Game 7. That's just me at Oracle.
You believe the nerves would be too much in Game 7, huh?
For the visiting team.
Yes.
You can argue they would mount the pressure on the home team.
Yes.
But I'm not sure about that.
Especially but remember, the fourth quarter.
Remember, in the backs of the Warriors' minds as they arrive tonight at Oracle is that growing possibility that tonight could be the last game ever at Oracle. It could be. If they lose it and go to Houston and lose, that's the end of that deal, right? So that has to be starting to percolate in the back of the psyche like, and that could make you a little jittery because the biggest shock in this series so far to me, remember, the point differential is the same. It's Golden State's 448 to Houston is 447. So it's 1 point different through 4 games. Check this out. Houston has made 66 three-point shots. The Golden State Warriors, known for living and dying by the 3, with the 2 best three-point shooters in the history of this league on their side, they've made only 40. So it's 66 to 40 in three-point shooting. That's a plus 78 points for Houston that is actually 1 point worse than the overall point differential. But wait a second, plus 78 from the three-point line by the Rockets? And again, they live and die by the 3 also. Well, that's staggering to me because Steph is making 26% of his threes in the first 4 games. Klay's making 31% of his threes through the first 4. As a team, they're shooting 32%. During the year, they made 39%. So think about that. They are not dropping 3 bombs the way they usually do. And especially at home, if the 3s start falling, the roof falls in on the visitor, right? Because the crowd goes berserk. And as Rick Bucher brought up, and he lives in the Bay Area and goes to most of these big playoff games there and win all year long, the Oracle crowd hasn't been quite as combustible as it used to be, because after a while you get a little numb to winning, you get a little spoiled, and the ticket prices keep going up, and you're pricing the common fans out of the arena.
Skip, you know, when I'm paying $4,000 for a seat, I ain't putting no face paint on and be cheering.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Exactly right. So it takes more to detonate the crowd.
Right.
But there's no detonator better than three-point shots from 40 feet.
Yeah.
Especially by Steph Curry. So if that starts happening tonight, all bets are off.
I believe, Skip, and to your point, I believe as Steph hit that shot, that deep three that he hit in Oracle, and the Rockets were in Oracle, I believe Golden State would have come back and won that game. Can you imagine? He hit a shot down 5, and he hit that 3.
He did.
From 40?
Yeah.
It would have erupted. I believe they'd won the game.
So, what just happened in Houston? Obviously, Houston barely won back-to-back games, barely survived back-to-back. But in the fourth game, we saw the Houston Rockets impose their physical will on Golden State. And we heard Steve Kerr say after the game, they're middle linebackers, we're volleyball players. And he was very open about it. That's the way to beat us, is by beating us up. Houston is capable of doing that, and Houston smelled a little bit of blood. It got chippy, it got downright dirty a couple of times. There was the one play where it looked like KD, because CP3 got under his skin.
He threw the man down. There
was a little bow thrown. I don't know if it connected.
But he flipped it. Skip, you remember he flipped him down?
No.
Come on, KD, you picking on the man.
Well, and you've called Chris Paul a dirty player, because he can be.
But he didn't do anything to deserve that one.
Okay, but he's always poking and prodding, and he's getting under your skin. And KD was losing it a little bit. Like, again, thinnest skin I've ever seen of a superstar is Kevin Durant. That's usually off the court, but on the court, starting to get to him. So, again, will they go right at him physically again and try to rough him up and get him out of his flow and out of his game?
Rough everybody up. Steph, Clay?
Okay, sure they will. And as you point out, they've been beating them up on the backboards. So, again, they're going to take that mentality in this game. Just watch. There may be some early text called in this game, because it's going to get nasty out there.
Well, Draymond, he said we have to match their intensity and for the entirety of the ball game. Skip, you said something earlier that they have the 2 best three-point shooters in the history of the game. I'm going to take exception. I believe they have one of those. I believe Ray Allen and Reggie Miller are a little ahead of Clay.
But when Clay gets off, he goes off like we've never seen anybody do that.
Nobody can heat up like he can. Nobody in the history of the game can get hot like he can.
I looked up the stats yesterday. What was it? He made 9 threes in a quarter?
Yeah.
What? Well, I'm just saying, maybe they're the two. Nobody in the history of this game can get hotter from 3 than those 2 guys.
Skip, the dude went for 60 in 29 minutes. He scored 37 in 12 minutes.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. I got you. Overtime, obviously, give me.
Skip, I'm not so sure anybody's had the nuclear capabilities of Klay Thompson. Nobody can get hot
nuclear.
like this. Yeah, I mean, 60 points in 29 minutes.
That's even beyond Steph.
Yes.
He can go pretty nuclear.
Yes, but that's the biggest thing. And you mentioned that they're plus what? What'd you say? Plus 72 in the 3 points?
78.
Plus 78.
78?
So guess what they're doing? They're chasing KD off the 3, making him settle for 2. Okay. So because just imagine if
it's still pretty good too.
Yes. But imagine if it was plus only 58.
Yeah.
Now you might have a sweep in the series, Golden State. I believe either way, Skip, you could have had a sweep either way. Because Houston easily could have won the first 2 games.
Okay.
And Golden State could have easily won the last 2. So we could have had a sweep, Houston sweep, Golden State sweep. We thought we were hoping we got this matchup in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
And we thought we were going to get it because with 3 or 4 games to go, Houston was in the 2 slot.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, James Harden missed the free throw. Paul George hit the shot. OKC take him down. They slide from 2 all the way down to 4.
Yep.
And here we are. Golden State will come out on a mission tonight. I believe Klay Thompson will get it going. He must. They need that, Skip. They need a 20-point game from Klay. KD's going to beat KD. He's going to go get his 35. And he's getting it so efficiently, you don't even really, I'm looking up and I'm like, he got 39? He got, how? When? And it's not, because he's so efficient. You foul him, he's getting to the free throw line, he's making the shot. The question is, those auxiliary players, can Tuck, CP3, and Eric Gordon, can they offset any production that Steph and Klay going to give KD for help?
And by the way, Tuck is making 43% of his threes as an auxiliary player.
Yes.
That's 6 of 14, not high volume. But My man, Austin Rivers, he's made 8 of 15 threes in this series. That's 54%. Could he be crucial tonight?
Absolutely.
These moments are not too big for that young man.
But Tuck is also averaging double figures in rebounds.
Okay.
He's killing the glass.
Oh, offensive rebounds.
Yes.
Oh. So, I still believe the Rockets got robbed in game 1. They got 6 non-calls on James Harden landing spot, landing zone, that cost them game 1. I still say that at Oracle this year, Golden State has uncharacteristically struggled. They lost 6 games by 20-plus points. They lost 2 games by 30-plus points. So if you're going to get them, they're more gettable at home than they are away to me. And again, game 5, I would circle as the potential gettable game because Houston goes in with, dare I say, a little momentum. I know they were close games, a little bit of psychological edge. And again, if you're back to the free throw controversy, remember, the free throws are the same. So neither team is getting a big break from the referees since game 1.
Right.
Because right now, Golden State's made 80 free throws to 79 for Houston. Golden State's attempted 103. Houston's attempted 104. So they're just dead even from the free throw line. So forget about that. But in the end, it's about 3-point shooting because Steph and Clay have combined for only 5 a game through 4 games.
5 made.
That's what? Yeah, 5 made? That's outrageously low. So if you're right about they'll combine for 10 tonight, then all bets are off tonight. It'll just be Golden State in a walk. But I'm just not sure that will happen. I think they're going to get up into them. I think the pressure will mount tonight even more than it would in a game 7. And I just, again, if they're going to win this series, they need to win this game. And my gut is they can win this game.
Okay.
Every game in this series decided by 6 points or less. So we expect a good one. We're going to move on to the Cowboys because it seems, Skip, they might need to get a